Good morning and welcome to sunny-ish Derbyshire, and we are today at, let's have a look, at BOB MINION motorcycles, my local Royal Enfield dealer. Well, there's a reason for being here today, and that reason is, it's the new Himalayan 450, 452, depending how you like to say it, but I'm having my first test ride today. I've actually ordered this bike, not the specific one, but I've ordered a 450 and I wanted to test ride it before taking it. So today is an important moment for me. Not only I need to see if this is the bike that that's right for me, I've got a lot of unanswered questions myself, and yeah, so let's see how we get on today, and by the end of this review I'll be confirming whether this is going to be my new bike or not. So that's my 2020 Royal Enfield Bullet Prince. That's the old Himalayan, and today we're trying out the new Himalayan. So I've pop the side stand down, stick it forward. Well, how does it feel? First time, it's not too bad. But I think it does lean over quite a lot, isn't it? Well, compared to the Bullet, yeah. So it's on the centre stand, but I think it's leaning over quite a lot. That's one thing. Let's get on. Flat footing that quite easily. I'm 6 foot. Got a 32 inside leg, flat foot that, no problem. Now, let's get going again. Oh, it does sound nice, doesn't it? Right, it does sound nice. Very good. Nice light clutch there. Let's get the mirrors adjusted. Yeah, that looks good. All I can actually see is most of the shoulders. So I think at some point a bar extender, just to have that covered out, might actually be a good thing. Now, let's have a look. Oh, it clicks in. Just on the clutch, yeah. Alright. Yeah, it's pulling me along quite nicely there, just in first, just clutch only. Got quite a nice little pull there. But it's got quite a nice, easy biting point. It's just there. There. I do like that. Brakes quite nice and sharp. That's first thing to test when you come out. Yeah, it's not too much dive in there either. Let's have a look. Clear. Right, let's just stop there. Let's see what finding neutral's like. Oh, that's quite very easy. Easier than the Bullet. Let's see, even says on the side stand is down. That's quite nice, I like that. Probably in the gears and that. It's going to take a little trip here. Quite a nice, easy position. Quite light. It does feel quite light. It's nothing heavy. After coming off the Transalp 650. Well, that's quite perky, isn't it? Oh, yeah. The positioning is quite similar to the Transalp. Going back, your arms nice and wide, nice and relaxed. Mirror, and nice and turning. It does come in. Yeah, the rear suspension, I can feel all the bits in the road. Indicators coming on. It's quite nice and easy for the indicator. Clear. Moved off in third. Now, everyone's been saying, oh, it's terrible download. But I think even for this, coming and putting it down something else, which I like how it's stuffy. It was quite nicely balanced. That's a surprise. Yes, I can feel the change in that turning circle, going from the 19 to the 21. I can feel that even on the turns, it's needing a bit more. But oh, it's really nice to have that gear indicator back. I didn't realise. Yeah, the clutch feels quite nice and light. The accelerator is quite easy. I can feel a fair bit of the bumps coming over, even coming off the Bullet. I wouldn't have felt most of the bumps here on the ground, so I think that's a bit of a change. Right, so these are the kind of bumpy roads, the local roads, that you tend to going to find up and down the country. Right, let's go straight from that. Oh, it doesn't like that, does it? Yeah, well, I think sitting in second are those roads. That's quite happy. The indicators are quite nice and crispy. I do like that compared to the Bullet, which, let's not say a word to Lone Wally, Jess or Paulie, which are always telling me to switch my indicators off because the ones in the Bullet are so spongy. You press them, you think you've got it, but you turn around and it's not there. I've been on for 5 minutes. What do I like? I do like the display. I like that it's got the gears, it's got the time, even though it's a bit wrong. It's got temperature. That's quite cool. It's quite easy to read. I've not had any issues, but it is a grey overcast day. It's not as I just need to adjust the mirrors again. I'm not liking the mirrors here too much. Let's have a little look. Yeah, fine for daily moving about. Yeah, I think the first 3 gears were quite good for city riding. I think they tend to be quite short. So I think in the city riding with the Bullet, I tend to stick into second, and you can even move off from second. Same thing with the Alp. You get out first quickly, and once you're in second, nice long gear. And for most things going up to about 30 miles an hour, you're fine. And I think it's similar with this. The first gear is a bit longer. That's what I'll probably. So you just tend to get. It is quite noisy, but it's got like a more higher pitch vibration. With the Bullet, it's a lot lower. With something like the Transalp, it's a bit higher. So it's like I said, you're seeing in the reviews, it's a bit more of a revier engine. It is a bit more rev happy. It's not a little like the old Himalayan, put it low and chug along. Like I said, also a very nice bike, but it's gone. And this is what we have now. Okay, clear. Yeah, so far riding position is quite nice. The seat's definitely harder. It's definitely a harder seat. Well, bizarrely, it's actually the gear. It's normally you have like an L shape. This starts off, goes at an angle, and sort of juts out. And so, I'll take a picture of that. And so a lot of times I'm finding myself with my size 12s, I keep hitting the metal. and even when you're down in zero and you're pressing it and you're in first, it doesn't tend to move, it just tends to stay quite hard. Now keep in mind this bike's only done 105 miles. Well, that was the worst place to have a little thing down. Right, so I had to look for a second, I started switching it off. Yeah, so it gets up to 40 miles an hour, no problem. It's quite happy. So the big question, 65 miles an hour in 6, yeah, 5,000 revs. I can feel it slightly bit through the fingers. Might get annoying after a couple of hours. 60, yeah, that's much nicer. Yeah, 60 and 6, oh that's very nice, like I said, tiny bit through the bars. But I think to keep remembering with this is a brand new bike. Brand new. It's on 100 miles and it's not fully in. So it's even with these speeds, it's fine. Like I said, it's not too bad. It's quite windy. It's quite a windy place. I am getting quite a blast of air. The helmet, it's within tolerance, I'd say. It's like it's not too bad. I think it would be nice to actually go and try a taller windscreen and see how much protection that gives. Yeah, but at this speed, it's the 8,000 revs, it's doing 5.5, so it's taking almost about 2/3. I think the maximum speed of the bike, if I remember correctly, was about 160 kilometers. I think I've seen a speed test, someone doing that. It's down to 4th. Yeah, I mean, even in these lower gears, when you're slowing down, you really want to cycle through these lower gears a lot more quicker. 4th, 5th and 6th, quite long. It's the 1st, 3rd, quite short. But then that makes better sense in city riding, doesn't it? Or if you're just trying to get that power. What? Oh. Right. It's not got cruise control or anything. But let's just nip over. I think the indicator's tiny little the green thing in the corner. See the benefit and see what this bike is actually like. Is not going to happen. No, a few hundred miles, a few thousand miles, and that's the place where we're really going to see. But what I do like is having the extra gear. Having that 6 is very nice. No, it just lets the engine do a bit more. Even the motorway with all the side wind, being buffeted about a lot, feeling quite okay, feeling quite stable. Might put that down to my love of pies, but we'll leave it at that. Let's just do a bit more extra on the motorway, or the dual carriageway. So it even gives you little arrows telling you when it needs to change. So think, oh look, 40 miles an hour, change up. Yeah, so a lazy just over 3.5 in fifth, doing 40 miles an hour. It's nice and relaxed. If you need something, there's something there. R15 and fourth. Yeah, 4,000 revs in fourth at 40. There you go. 4,000 revs in fourth gear at 40. And if I drop it down to fifth, 3.5 in fifth. Yeah, I mean, you can really, if you want to push it, you can. But if you want to ride it in a nice, relaxed way, pootling around the Peak District, it's not the Bullet, I'll give you that. But it's got like a higher frequency. The Bullet, nice low rumbling revs as you're chugging along, loads of torque. But this, you can feel this higher frequency vibrations. Here again at 4,500 revs in third gear, doing 35. No, nothing. Even now at 40 miles an hour in third, nothing. Also, slow skid in this corner. Oh, missed a chance for a rev bomb. There we go. So the purpose of this test ride was to see, is this the right bike for me? First, I need to explain what my requirements are. I need something that's a bit of a do-it-all bike. I need something that can tour. I need something that can commute. The off-roading element isn't that important to me. It's nice to have. I like to do trails here and there. So that was what the Transalp 650 suited me so much. It was more of a road bike that could do other things. Well, the ultimate problem with the Transalp, number one, has become the age of the bike. So it's a 20-year-old bike. Second problem with the Alp is that it's really heavy. What I wanted this time was to have a lighter bike. What I wanted this time to have is a more economical bike. So after having an almost 3-hour test ride, having done a good 60 plus miles, I think, and taken it over a variety of conditions that I would normally take it, what do I think? I think this bike suits me, and it suits me because it's something I can take quite easy, quite slow. It's light. It's actually, the body positioning is quite upright, quite handlebars, hands out wide. It rides similar to a 250, and so I like that. I like the position. I would like it would be nice if the feet were a little bit more forward, but I think it's something I can live with. Overall, yeah. Well, the issues that I see with it, the mirrors are terrible. They would need to be replaced. I don't like that it's only got a USB-C. It doesn't have a full USB, so that's something else I need to add in. The gear lever, that wasn't so great. It was quite small. It's something that I kept missing a few times to change gears. That was a bit annoying. This bike does demand that you work it. It's not something that you can just put into a low gear and chug along. It's something that has to be worked. The seat is a little harder, so that might be something I might need to go back and see what I can do. Maybe a touring seat, I believe, is coming out at some point. It's got ABS, which the Alp didn't have. It's got different riding modes, so that's quite intriguing. It's got little things that could make my daily driving easier. So overall, I'm quite happy with the bike. Everyone said this about 411. I would like more power, and I think a little bit more would be nice here. But is it enough? It's enough. I think once it's gone through its running in period, and we've had that time, I think it'll be fine. I'm going to say yes to this bike. It ticks almost all my boxes. Things I can fix are fixable. But ultimately the proof is in the pudding. It's going to be when I ride it. So I'm going to take the bike. I've got the whole summer. The saddlebags ride is coming up in May. So that'll be a good test for me to take it to the ride, take it down to Cornwall and get used to the bike for a longer period. Taking everything into account, I'm going to be buying it. Is it right for you? I think ultimately comes down to what you want from the bike. If you're looking for an off-road monster, no. I think the 411 was much better. That tractability is brilliant. I think this is not the bike if you want to do massive touring across Europe. It'd be much better with a bigger engine. If you work it and push it, you can get that power from it. That's a bit of fun. To overtake and do other things, it's there. But ultimately, as I said before, the proof is in the pudding. It's really when I've gone and had a long trip on it. It's at that time I'll be able to say yes or no, if I was right or wrong. But at the moment, from the information I have, I'm very positive, and it's going in a direction that I think is right. Well, that's the end of it. So my decision, I'm taking the bike, and yeah, I hope this was interesting for you. Hope it was helpful in some way. But thank you again. Take care, ride safe, and stay curious.